Tony D here with a serious story time. Like, this book right here broke my stinking heart, man. And I'll lead up to that, but I got to the part y'all know about. It was heart-wrenching for me, but Crisis on Infinite Earths. I was a kid. The reason why it broke my heart, the story time is the Flash was really one of the first characters that when I would go into a store, it was like grade school, and there'd be a spinner rack, I would always gravitate to the covers. A lot of them were Carmen Infantino. The way Infantino would draw the speed behind it was very loose, and it was great. And I got a hold of Flash 300, and I'm going to review that someday because it was a book that drew me in, and it showcased all his rogues gallery at the time. It was the perfect 300th anniversary issue where you get a taste of each rogue, and I fell in love with it. I kept it with me everywhere I went, and then I started getting, it was at the time, it was in the 300 series. It was the whole Reverse Flash battle that he had where he was trying to kill Iris, and the Flash, he kills him, cracks his neck, and then there was the court case and all that. I fell off during the court case, but this was 85. Okay. Starting off, these Crisis books, if I could get one, I would get one, but I wasn't financially at a point being a kid. It was me asking a parent, hey, can I have that? Or I was hitting the lawns, and if it wasn't, I had a problem. But yeah, my mom would buy me these, and it was in a life where my parents were going through a divorce. I don't want to get grim, but it's just how comics was my escape mechanism. It was real special for me. My dad had visitation rights, so he would come get me, and some of these comics I got at gas stations we would stop at between the two cities. We were about an hour and a half apart. It was cool for me because we would stop at a quick shop, and he would always get me something because he hadn't seen me all week, and that's how I got a lot of these. So we get into this. The Flash is my dude. He was my escape mechanism, so that was my tie to him, was little Mega Mini Tony D. There were some tough times, but I made it, and my parents were good to me, so it's all good, but I had to escape. So we get this little psycho pirate dude, and George Perez, R.I.P. to that dude. One of the best. I'd give him the top 2. I'd probably give him my tops. I would say yeah, because that was the reason why I reread these things over and over. We got Psycho Pirate talking to our guy. They got him in some jail. Got him incapacitated. And this is the original issue that I got back then. I'll never get rid of it. So Flash, he's doing the typical villain thing, and the Flash, he can hear him. The Anti-Monitor was a bad guy. I always thought Darkseid was going to whip him up, but Darkseid he couldn't handle it. On another note for the story time is I thought Psycho Pirate was cool. I thought the emotions an extremely powerful power to have. It's Green Lantern Corps, disarray. This issue, everyone's screwed because they were at a tipping point of the Anti-Monitor just taking over. And there's my legion of superheroes. I was a mark for them too. And I loved all the fresh new appearances of characters like right here. Vixen. And a total shout out to all the... to me personally, I thought the merging of the Earths was cool because I was being introduced to so many different characters. And in this book, you talk about bang for your buck, I was getting it. 75 cents, I had all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, and this is the one where I thought the Red Tornado stuff was cool too, where the atoms in there. And look at Perez drawing the innards. I thought that was really cool. Favorite iteration of Firestorm. So much going on. The Blue Devil too, that was an introduction for me. So this book introduced me to characters, and yeah, they got to get out of here. He blows up, and you're going to get rid of that android that fast when I'm getting into this? And another point, a lot of this stuff happening in the book, They're creating stories for the main issues of the books. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Crisis on Infinite Earths was one of the first books to introduce that type of storytelling. Could be wrong, but I believe it was this and Secret Wars. So yeah, Perez. He drew these rocky formations. Ah, oh, dude, it's totally good. So now to the action. You got the Thunders all hanging out. The Flash. Always. You can never trap the Flash. He'd use science or whatever. Pop. He gets out. Puts the blam on that sun. Gets them all quick. And so, yeah, Psycho Pirate starts instilling, I believe it's fear in him. Barry Allen fights it. I'll give him this. Put an end to Barry Allen. Gave him a sending off that it's worthy of a hero. I didn't think it at the time as a kid. I was like, this sucks, man. What happens now? Yeah, he beats him up nice and proper. So I love what he does. He takes him and he runs him so fast, all the Thunderers, to manipulate their emotions, and they attack the Anti-Monitor. Flash ain't no punk, knows what's going on. This is that tipping point issue where the Anti-Monitor's fixing to do it. He has his device running. He starts fighting back, killing him. He does enough where it destroys the shell of the Anti-Monitor, and do it no more. It drains his power, so Flash gives him a little nighty-night. So the Flash knows what he needs to do. He has enough information, and here it is. He knows he's going to die. He's talking about how he can feel it weakening him and draining his energy, but he hasn't got long before he's powerless to stop it, so he has to. Our guy, all hero. And when I was younger, I thought he's going to get out of it. He always does. Perez nails it. He just goes and goes. And the whole time he's doing this, he's talking about everyone he's doing it for. It's a proper send-off. Yeah, and the Anti-Monitor, man, he is beat down, son. You know what this kind of reminds me of now is the Flashpoint type stuff. Because he's seeing... I wonder... I didn't like the Flash movie. It sucked for me. Didn't resonate. Someone may like it. That's cool. But for me, this almost feels like they ripped this off where they saw other side people. And then he starts getting old. That was where I knew. Are you kidding me? He's visiting people at different points in time. And he even screams out, help someone, anyone, please. They could have left that out. And here it is. This was me as a kid, like, this is where my jaw dropped and my heart sunk. And you just have the ring laying there. So he did enough damage. He gave our heroes enough time to regroup. And the time stream guys, the challengers of the unknown, they're figuring some stuff out. Somber. I would love to get an original art piece of this. That would be cool. Anyone got any information on him? Let me know. I might get into some of that. And then boom, Spectre shows up at the end. I didn't even care at that point. They killed my guy. And they even have this. He ain't coming back. This is it. They've got RIP 5685. And the only thing I did think about this page was Spectre put the beat down. But yeah. Totally broke my heart. But you know what? He came back. But when I was a kid, I thought that was it. And then started Wally West being the Flash, and I grew to accept it. And let me throw it out there to you while I'm doing the mega taping. I think after all that stuff they went through, turning Green Lantern bad, breaking Batman's back, all that stuff, I think when they had alternate heroes and stuff, I think the Wally West one stood the test of time better than any of them. But man, somber. But you got to get it.